Yo, what's going up, guys? It is your boy King Tynex here, back with another video, and from the thumbnail alone you can already tell what series we are going to be doing today. Leave your suggestions for any series that you want me to upload later on in the future. Basically I will listen to your requests. Honestly, I'm going to see what are you guys interested in seeing next, what of my previous what ifs do you want to see. On top of that, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, or at least very close to it, so that we can make a good start for 2021. Anyways, enough stalling. On to the video. Hello, Angie. It's me. I need your help. Endeavor was currently in the middle of training Shoto to become a successor. When he heard his phone ring, he stopped the training session to see who it was. When he saw the contact, he smiled a little, but he had to hear the voice to confirm it was her. Sure enough, it was. What's the matter? My son. Your son as well. He's in the hospital. He's been in a coma for a while now. The doctors say that he requires surgery. I see. And what's in it for me? Inko was silent for a moment before answering. I'll let you see what he looks like. Endeavor grinned. Nah. I want to actually meet him. I want to actually meet him, not just see what he looks like, he responded. Inko growled at Angie before sighing in defeat when she looked at her child's condition. That's fine. I'll allow him to meet you. Oh, just so we're on the same page, I mean that I want to be part of his life, not simply meeting him one time and that's it. I know basically nothing about him right now, not his age, how he looks, his name, none of it. I'd appreciate it if I could be part of his life. Absolutely not. Inko yelled over the phone. Endeavor didn't falter though. Okay then, I won't pay the bill. Inko shut her mouth quick and thought about the long-term effects. If she didn't comply with what he asked, then Izuku could be in a coma for an indefinite amount of time. That's not how any kid is supposed to live, unaware of the reality around them and never being able to truly enjoy their childhood for the little amount of time they had. It was a sad existence, especially for her Izuku. An idea spiked in Inko's mind all of a sudden. You can be part of Izuku's life, but you must put him in a school where they actually care for the students and not just the ones with powerful quirks. That's how Izuku ended up in a coma in the first place. Do we have a deal? Deal, Endeavor exclaimed quickly before Inko could change her mind. After his surgery, I'll send you the address to the hospital so you can meet him. Good. It was nice talking to you again, Inko. Whatever. Inko responded with venom in her voice. The call ended and Endeavor sighed with a smirk on his face. I have another chance. Yes, he thought. Little did he know that Shoto was listening in on the conversation the whole entire time. After all, it wasn't like Endeavor. He refused to ever acknowledge him as a father, to end their training sessions early. Even if it was a phone call, he wouldn't outright say that the training session was over early. What he found out was important as well. He had another sibling. Now, Shoto hated him even more. It wasn't for the fact that he had another sibling. It was the fact that he cheated on his mother. Well, if it was that the sibling was older than all the rest of the siblings, and he didn't know about the kid until now, he couldn't hate him. He couldn't hate him for that. But if he was younger, he had one more reason to hate the old man. After the surgery was complete, Inko sent the address of the hospital to Enji. As soon as he saw the message from Inko, he started his car. He figured that now was a good time to introduce Shoto to his half-brother. It would be a surprise for the both of them what he looked like. "Where are we going?" Shoto asked. "To meet someone," Endeavor responded with. Shoto kept silent, not really caring at the moment. They pulled up to the hospital after some time. Enji walked into the building with Shoto following pursuit. When Enji asked Inko about the room she was in, she responded a little later on by telling him she was on the 4th floor, first room. While in the elevator, Enji tapped his foot impatiently. Shoto took notice of this. "What's the matter with you?" he asked while looking up at him. Endeavor looked down at his son and smiled a bit. It was a genuine smile. "Well, if everything goes well, you could have a new mother." Shoto didn't like the sound of that. For all he knew, the woman his dad was talking about could end up just like his birth mother, who was currently somewhere else that wasn't home. Currently, he had no choice in the matter though. When he made it to the 4th floor, Endeavor grabbed Shoto's arm and led the way to an open door where the two saw a blonde-haired woman with spiky hair, a green-haired woman with a slim appearance in the ponytail, and a small boy around Shoto's age resting on a hospital bed. His hair was a mixture of yellow, red, and green for some reason. "Enji," the blonde addressed Endeavor. He looked down at her. Mitsuki, however you pronounce her name. The tension in the air was thick. One wrong move and chaos could possibly ensue. The green-haired woman got up from her seat and approached Endeavor, who smiled brightly upon seeing her. "Is this the woman?" Shoto wondered. "Why, hello, Inko. You look like you haven't aged a bit." Endeavor complimented. "Save it. I'm only doing this for my son." "Don't you mean our son?" Inko grit her teeth at what he said. She already couldn't stand looking at his face right now, but it seemed like he was just actively provoking her right now. She was about to snap at him, but a voice broke her out of her emotional state. "Mom?" Inko's eyes widened and she turned around to see her son awake. She was so happy right now, she could cry. She rushed over to her son's side and hugged him. "Mom, what happened? And who are these two people? They don't look like anyone I've ever met." Inko froze. She never planned on how to tell Izuku who his real father was. Apparently, Endeavor already had that covered. "My name is Todoroki Enji, and this is my son, your brother, Shoto." "Wait, if he's your son and my brother, then that means..." "That's correct, Izuku. You're from another universe?" "Wow, that's so cool." Endeavor's sweat dropped at his remark. "Well, unfortunately, we don't come from another universe, but I am something that's maybe just as cool." "Really? What?" Izuku asked excitedly. "Watch this. Flame on." I had so much fun writing this. Endeavor couldn't believe that he said such a thing. If anyone outside of this room heard him, it would have been so embarrassing, but he was trying to get close to his newfound son, so we had to suck it up for right now. Now, you see, Izuku, I am your father. Really? But I thought my dad's name was Sasashi. Endeavor looked over to Inko, who was still hugging Izuku. Inko. Endeavor stated her name. She sighed and looked at him. Izuku, your true father is a #2 hero, Endeavor. I really wanted us to have a normal life, but that apparently is not going to work now that the two of you have met. He would also like for us to live with him. That's so cool! Izuku shouted, accidentally activating his quirk, and fire shot out of his arms, burning some of the furniture. It would have been worse if Shoto didn't step in and use his quirk to extinguish the fire. Well, that was something, Endeavor said, surprised. Fire circled around Izuku's arms, and 2 small wings, made of fire, appeared around Izuku's back. When Endeavor saw this, he wondered what could possibly be Izuku's quirk. Luckily for him, the doctor came in and saw Izuku's altered state. Wow! The boy's already grasping his quirk, and it appears to be powerful too. The doctor was starting to sweat. He then turned when he felt a tap on his shoulder. They were shocked to see the #2 hero, Endeavor, in the room. It appeared that his son was here as well. Why hello there, Mr. Endeavor. It's an honor to finally meet you in person, but may I ask, what are you doing here? I understand the 2 females in the room, but why you? I want to know about the boy's quirk, the one who has flaming wings. Ah yes, well, you see, Mr. Endeavor, Izuku's quirk is quite special. You could say he has an evolved version of your quirk, really. He can absorb fire in all shapes and forms besides the ones he creates. He can heal damaged body parts in exchange for stamina as well. He can also shoot fire from his body and craft it into different constructs before launching it at an opponent once it reaches past a certain amount of distance from his body. He can't control its direction. The complexity of the constructs depends on the amount of stamina he has and how developed his mind is. Oh, and like you, he can set his body on fire, but he can also sprout wings that enable him to fly. Although when he does that, his body temperature steadily rises until he can suffer from a heat stroke. If he releases too much fire, he can burn a lot of stamina and collapse from exhaustion. Not only that, but his body temperature can drastically be lowered. Thankfully, absorbing fire can essentially recharge his body, but he can only absorb so much before he has to release it in an explosion of the sorts. If he develops his body, his limit may most likely increase over time. Endeavor nodded while processing everything that was just explained to him about Izuku's quirk. He was in a thinking position. If Shoto refuses to ever use his left side, Izuku could be the best replacement possible. He's perfect. He could definitely surpass All Might with that type of quirk. He thought to himself. Thank you for your hard work, Doctor. Here's a check for the amount of money I owe for the surgery of my son Izuku. He handed the doctor a check while they were gawking at the fact Endeavor was the father of the boy in the hospital bed. Now, I was just wondering if Izuku is well enough to be discharged from the hospital yet. The doctor pulled themselves together and in order to answer the question. Well, yes, but he has to report back to the hospital tomorrow so we can make our last tests to see there is nothing wrong with him. Very well then. Come, Izuku, hop in this wheelchair and we'll be on our way. Izuku followed Endeavor's words, and it left a frowning face on both Mitsuki and Inko. Shoto had the best poker face though. I can't wait to see where you live. Izuku cheered, ecstatic. And that's basically it for this chapter. For chapter 2. I'm only doing this chapter by chapter. I will probably leave the link to like the Wattpad, the fanfiction story, in the description below. Just remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because we're trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, or by the beginning of 2021. I don't have much else to say besides that. Yeah, I pretty much have nothing else to say right now. Just do what I asked, please, and leave your suggestions for what ifs that you want to see be updated in the future. I might like just do the next part to what if Deku was a Red Lantern, an official version, all of that good stuff. I don't really have that much else to say. I don't know why I'm just stalling. Alright, let me stop now. King Tyrex out.